Welcome back to another video. Today we have Aubrey and HP in the house and we're going to be shooting a video with them. They came in for the Powerhouse Summit, which is tomorrow and the next day, and they're going to be interviewing our fleet, taking a look at the operation. We're going to be showing them around a little bit, and then we're going to do a sit down interview with them. But let's get into it. It's going to be a fun day. Here, look at this. These, will clean them every time, and they'll be a nice, like, light red, and then they'll come back every time, and they'll just be darkened. Yeah. So we're gonna get some weatherproof
That's
stuff
why
for
I
this.
wouldn't own a 911, me personally. Dude, that is killing. Man, how have you been?
Good.
You,
Appreciate you coming.
Yeah, this is an incredible operation, dude. So
Excited to have
nothing but EVs, Porsches, and nice cars.
Yeah. So we tend to stick with the higher end cars, stuff like this,
Yeah.
and then EV primarily.
Gotcha. So no Toyota Yaris's. Yeah, you're missing out.
And we used to have. I was looking at Toyota Yaris's for a while. I never ended up buying one. We were Focuses and Fiestas.
Oh,
that was us.
Gotcha,
yeah, that's what we started with. We loved those for a while.
Do you? Yeah.
Until the dual clutches went out.
Yeah.
Then we didn't like
I've got
those.
one in my garage right now.
Do
I
you?
hate it. Yeah.
Did the
I'm
dual
working on
clutch
it.
go out?
Yeah, it is.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm pulling the transmission. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I would not recommend.
No, they're fine until that goes out because you can buy them so cheap.
Yeah, that's.
And like they're so reliable other than that one thing usually.
So give us a tour.
Yeah, let's take a look. So this is our indoor showroom. We have about 7,000 square feet in here. We'll keep our higher end stuff. You guys are at 30?
Roughly. Like
Yeah.
we bounce back and forth because we either have like 2 or 3 cars like totaled or missing or in the process of like constantly getting wrecked out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, right now we're like hovering around 27, 28 again.
Okay.
We just bought that smart car a few
How's
days
that
ago.
doing?
We're listing it. We're having our guy put it on the radio.
Is it? What'd you guys buy it for?
5,300.
Okay. How many miles? How many?
45.
Damn.
Yeah.
What year?
2013. Yeah.
Okay. That's low miles.
That market right there is like, they're like instantly 7K, even if it's like a pure. So some of those cars are just like incredibly hard to find because of that cult following they have.
Yeah.
But this guy was just selling it in like middle of nowhere, like North Dallas.
Yeah.
And drove out there, and it was just his wife's car for a year. And I got it, and like needed engineer filter, never been changed.
Okay.
It's original
Dang.
date on the air filter.
Jeez.
Changed the oil on it, put a radio in it, and like of course they sent me like the wrong cord 4 times. So getting that all taken care of. But yeah, the car's like immaculate. It had like Detroit stickers because it was a custom shop. They had it as their personal drive around car.
Nice.
And the stickers are still on it, so I had to take all that off. But the car's been fun to drive, like 50 miles to the gallon. It's just
That's
nuts.
crazy.
So that's the newest addition to the fleet. We're kind of like looking at some other cars, maybe a G-Wagon. I don't know.
Oh, we had a G-Wagon. We just got rid of it actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The problem is maintenance.
Really?
Like maintenance was terrible.
Was
it was
it
in the shop. It
G63?
was a G63 AMG.
So twin turbo.
Yeah, it was in the shop like 25% of the time.
Oh,
Like,
God.
like
all I
coolant,
got.
oil.
I don't really want the G-Wagon.
But then again, if you talk to what's that guy? Oh, he's like a car fanatic. He has like a huge YouTube channel. He does like really long, extensive car reviews.
Oh, okay.
Green logo. Doug DeMuro.
Yeah.
He loves them. He
Yeah.
says they're like the best cars ever.
Yeah, I think it's
Because Doug DeMuro isn't about practicality. He's about classicness.
Yeah. I guess I only have one experience. I don't know.
we're looking at G550 specifically.
Okay,
Non-turbos, naturally
okay.
aspirated, solid V8. They've
Yeah.
had the V8 running since like 06, I think, in their previous cars. So it's
Okay.
kind of a more tried and true engine, and
Yeah.
we're not going for the super expensive bells and whistles.
Yeah.
I think it's like our 2009 Mercedes is probably our most profitable car.
Okay.
On like how much we bought it for? We bought it for 6, and that car has
But we
racked
bought
up
it
like
from my dad. He gave us pretty good deals.
yeah.
Okay,
And the
that
car
helps.
is like, dude, it's like a tank.
Yeah.
And it's base, heated seats. That's probably in like the
That's,
pleather.
yeah, for higher end cars, you don't need crazy. Nobody even asks for crazy stuff. They're just excited to be in a nice branded car.
Yeah,
they are.
exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, that car does really well on the platform, and like we have a C250 that does really well. So
Okay,
people
nice.
just like the Mercedes-Benz logo.
But we're gonna start experimenting with direct rentals next year.
Okay.
But with purely like economical cars.
Okay.
So we're not gonna touch the 911s of the world with
Okay.
direct rentals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing about it is the insurance.
Yeah.
As long as you have your own back end insurance, and then you're making sure that the renter has insurance to cover the vehicle, and you have the right contract, you're fine.
Yeah.
So how does something like this get checked out? Because when we had our Maserati, it was great. We loved it. We always attention to detail, like you're saying, clean floor mats every single time, not a speck of dust. But are you checking like tire pressures? Like how do you prevent somebody from going out and doing donuts? Like,
Yeah. Well, we'll do a full walk around. Obviously, we'll check to see if there's any new damages. We'll check tire pressure, and then we'll just take a bunch of photos. Because even if you fully look at a car, sometimes you're gonna miss stuff,
Yeah.
and then you won't notice it till later. So as long as you have a ton of photos,
Yeah.
typically it's fine. And we'll notice stuff like sometimes a week or two later, which is more rare. But when we do, we're just glad that we have the photos to be able to like prove that, you know, this was here.
Yeah, gotcha.
Because if you didn't take photos because you thought it was good, then, you know, you're usually in trouble.
And you're just praying they fill it up with premium gas.
Yes, praying that they fill it up with premium gas. I've heard horror stories of people not, and it's just ruining. I had a buddy that had he has a like Sprinter van, and one of his kids was filling it up, like 16-year-old daughter filled it up with diesel.
Oh no!
And it's supposed to be premium.
Yeah,
ruined the whole.
Draining a tank, $600.
It was it was like a $16,000. It's a Mercedes Sprinter van, so $16,000 in damages.
That is terrible.
So I don't even know how you check that, like gas, making sure they fill it up with the right type.
Yeah, for the Maserati, we would ask for the receipt, and I'd
That's a
probably
good
say like
idea.
8 times out of 10 we got a receipt.
Okay.
And the other times like forgot it. I
Yeah.
don't know.
When we had a Ferrari 488. When we had that car, we did ask for a receipt because that's somebody messes up something on that. Obviously, it's way more expensive. That car actually, we had it for 21 days. Then I got totaled.
Oh no!
So we didn't have
kidding.
much time to verify receipts.
21 whole days.
Yeah,
Oh,
21 whole days. Which
That's pretty
sucked.
long on Turo terms. Yeah.
I know.
We did 6 months with our Maserati, and
Okay.
it got sped in a lot, and it had a good amount of tire rash and
Did it get totaled?
damages.
You sell it?
No, it got totaled. Yeah, we plan to keep that car for a little bit longer, and didn't get a chance.
You guys have quite a record of total losses.
Yeah, we absolutely do, and a part of it is we don't want to vet a lot of our clients because the majority of our clients are lower end economy cars.
Yeah.
So if they have a 4.2 or 4.1, it's okay. We have to assume there's a certain level of hosts that just really are picky, right?
Yeah.
But then we also get just the newest of the new too, because we have such an entry level price into our fleet.
Yeah.
So they get in them and they trash them, and we get them back, and we got to review them appropriately. But
Yeah.
It's
But you'd hope not to vet customers on Turo after like they've essentially vetted them. Maybe like 1 or 2 tools depending on the car. Sometimes we will, pretty rarely. It really depends on the situation. But yeah, Turo should do the rest. I mean, private we do like pretty extensive vetting, just to make sure that nobody's messing with the cars.
Yeah.
But as long as the insurance and contract are covered, I mean, you're usually pretty good.
And then try not to look at the tracker and see how fast they're going.
Yeah, I check it. I still, like on the higher end cars, I'll check it. Nobody does. I think the fastest I've seen is probably 110.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's not bad at all.
Which doesn't seem bad.
Yeah,
It
our
doesn't-
Maserati was doing like 120, 150.
Oh, 150?
We had one record of 152. He got a very lengthy message from me,
Wow.
actually, where it was like, you're liable for anything that happens to this vehicle.
150,
And then he
that's...
slowed it down to like 90.
Oh,
That was-
that's reasonable on a 65 highway.
That's normal Texas driving miles an hour, yeah, for
Damn,
sure.
that's crazy. Are you guys doing maintenance while they're...
Yeah, so we have trackers on the cars, and so
Okay.
like obviously we can see like when the maintenance is needed.
Okay.
And then HP will message them and be like, hey, we need to arrange maintenance.
Okay.
And then him or now our employee Todd will go to the location, like do it in the parking lot of their apartment or job or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Quick oil change, tire rotate. That 14 Yaris, like alternator went out, and it stopped on her like because it froze the belt.
I saw that.
Yeah, and that particular one, I was like, oh no. But then when I got back, I was like, oh, I can do this in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I had it outside. Like we got back from dinner, I pulled it off in 2 minutes, and then I was like inside. I was like, yep, contact O'Reilly's. We'll have it in the morning.
And then she was super nice. It's funny, one of his friends who works at a dealership ended up selling her a car.
Oh.
And he texted us and he was like, I'm pretty sure I have one of your long-term rentals when you're buying a car.
Yeah, he watches the channel.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
And he's like,
Yeah,
is she pretty good? I was like, dude, she can afford it. I was like, absolutely. She affords the day-to-day. She can afford that
Yeah.
car
Oh,
for sure.
She can
Sure.
afford a 2014 Yaris. Or
Yeah.
She ended up getting like a newer Subaru.
No, it was a newer Ford, like a Ford Edge,
Oh,
titanium.
yeah, Ford
Yeah,
Edge, you're
it was like a
right.
2016.
Titanium, wow.
Yeah, but it was like one of those like direct dealers or something. But they help like with like subprime lenders, and they work very closely with them. So they give people a second chance. I'm sure at like 18%, but they give they give them an action plan to be able to get the car paid down pretty significantly.
Yeah.
So it's not just like here, take this car at 16%. Good luck.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen those videos of people getting loans at like
Oh, yes. I know exactly. what you're
342 months?
talking- Or like,
They have to be fake. They have to be fake.
have you ever seen Caleb Hammer on YouTube?
Yeah, of course,
I
yeah.
love Caleb
He's
Hammer.
great.
And I saw one recently where it was like 22% interest rate on a car, which should be illegal.
That should. I think there's legal regulations to it. Like, I don't think
You can't go above 26.
Oh, that's high.
Yeah, that's high.
It's insanely high.
And yeah, it's
That's
like
like life ruining.
Yeah.
yeah, and 26%, like even like on a $15,000 car is just astronomical.
Wow, that's crazy.
Paying that car off for years.
But imagine how much you're paying for, $10,000.
Oh, they tell them. Yeah, they tell them at the end of
That's
paperwork, and they just
insane.
kind of skip over it. Sign here. This is how much you're gonna pay by.
It turns into like a 40 or 50 $50,000 car.
Oh
It's
my
crazy.
gosh.
It's
That
so crazy.
sucks.
Yeah.
We've actually seen improvements in our overall 5-star, but it's just
Okay.
like before it went into effect, I told HP and Todd, I'm like, we just need to provide the best service we can. Like if we make it great, but like I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
And HP, I remember was like, we can't give up that easily. You can do it. You can do it. And then like 3 days ago, I sent him a screenshot. I'm like, you already lost it.
We're done.
So you guys aren't either, because I've heard some posts saying that like because of the fact that we have older cars, I do think it's a little harder because of the fact that it's older. But I mean, it just goes to show that you have such nice cars, you have such a good operation, and you can make it work.
The nicer the car is, the higher expectation.
Which is true.
But even medium tier, like a standard person, still get upset over the craziest things. Like people will kill the Teslas and leave a 1-star review. Like they will kill the car because like it's like you run out of gas.
Yeah.
And then you would leave a 1-star review.
Yeah.
Or they will bring it back like not charged, and then they will get charged for it and then leave a bad review. That's all the time. And then the biggest one is they complain about having to charge it. Like I had to charge it like 3 times during the week.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell are you talking about? You drove 1,000
You had to fill the
miles.
car with gas?
I
Yeah.
know, I know people like expect to rent these cars and like not have to charge them. It's when you get into charging rentals, it's like unreal.
I hate to say it, and that's why we avoided it, because it was going to be $7K to put in a panel at our house, because you have to update everything
7,000 for a
to
level
put
2?
in a level 2.
Because our house is pretty old.
It's 1978,
And
yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because my grandma owned it in the 70s, and then my dad bought it, and we bought it for my dad.
Wow.
But my dad is like pretty cheap, and so
Yeah.
like everything has landlord fixes to it.
Okay.
Like HP will always be around and be like, "God damn it, Hank!" Like the like things are just shoddily put together. So we're slowly kind of fixing it. But the breaker's one that's been recalled for like years for
Yeah.
house fires.
And you need a good breaker for
So,
the
yeah.
level
Yeah.
2.
So that's why it's so expensive.
I see. Well, that's the thing. That's what's expensive here. We need, they said like 10 or 15 grand for the breaker.
Which is kind of nuts, because that's actually pretty reasonable considering mine's 6, and that's just a
Yeah.
house. So the fact that you can put on several cars for quick
Yeah.
charging is huge.
So
So
is the all-star status something that you're like worried about losing, or not so much? It's just kind of it is what it is?
I don't know yet. I mean, because the only true benefit is like the power hose support
And the tire
that we get,
cleanse.
and the tire cleanse, which we use a lot.
We use a lot too.
But if that's the only thing we use, I mean, but we can't meet their expectation. Like it's impossible.
yeah, does
so-
it make you want to do more direct?
We are pushing for.
Yeah.
I want to be all direct.
That's
ideally.
why we are pivoting to direct.
Yeah.
Almost purely because of the power hose stuff. And I don't want to do all direct. I still like Turo a lot. So we'll probably still always have like 30 to 40 cars
Yeah.
on Turo. I
Yeah.
think is the goal. But that's one of the reasons why we are diversifying, because I'm like, this is.
To
we
make
just
it
have
harder and harder.
there's enough people that do long-term rentals that it's like, hey, it benefits them, it benefits us.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
it just
absolutely.
makes it 100% easier for everybody in those cases. And there's enough cars that we see that are like 2007 to 2010 that are solid Yaris's that we live by, that are near bulletproof. And it's like, these cars are right outside of just Turo's, realm, and they're a quarter of the cost of what cars
Yeah.
cost now. So buying a $2,700 car, buying a $3,000, $4,000 car, it's just right out of our reach. And it's like, if we
Yeah.
could just have that car again, and that car would last forever. Like our '07 Yaris, that thing we've had since our red Focus we sold.
Yeah.
That '07 Yaris is now our oldest one, and that thing is still on that 1-year rental, chugging
That's
along.
crazy.
Yeah.
Year rental. Mm-hmm. I think our longest was like, we had somebody in a 2022 Corvette C8 for like 6 months.
6 months?
They're paying $110 a day.
What? And like, surely, like, it's like, if you just save your money for a week, you can go get a down payment on
Well, eventually he did. He went into it. Well, his problem was he didn't have the credit. He had no credit.
0, yeah.
He didn't
yeah.
have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
And then eventually he like figured it out. I had somebody and he's actually just re-rented again in a 2020 VW Tiguan, paying like $140 a day.
140?
Yeah, and because we had to give him insurance as well.
Yeah.
So there's pieces to it. But he rented last time for like 5 months. I think we gave him discounts when we got to like a month and stuff, but he was paying like $3,000 a month.
I have a hard time buying coffee for $9. And I'm like, oh, $9? For like a large, but like a large, nice Starbucks coffee? Show us inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. All right, so this is the outside operation. So let's see the inside.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't recording.
Aubrey! Okay, so outside operation, they park here. Some people pick up, some people do keyless, but when they gotta come inside, what do they see?
Yeah, so this is the operation inside. We have this nice couch that one of the other owners brought from college.
What is this, velvet? That's
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
luxurious.
it's actually pretty nice. A lot of people use it. Little TV that we'll keep on, usually either sports or news.
Gotcha.
I don't know, whatever we want for the day. This is our check-in desk that we'll have people come into and check in. We'll typically verify driver's license, make sure the car's checked in, do anything we need to from here, issue the virtual key if we need to.
Okay.
And then that's pretty much it. We'll do all that from there, and then they'll like go outside and get their car. And then this is where we do all the daily operations. So all the cleaning happens right here. We'll pretty much pull all the cars in here, whether they need to be cleaned for check-in or check-out. We'll do it here. So
Okay.
all these are getting checked out, so they just came back.
Gotcha.
And then they'll get cleaned here, and then they'll go to our gas lot, which I'll show you later. So this will go to our gas lot. It's like a medium tier car.
Okay.
Higher end cars will stay in here to a certain tier.
What's a medium tier car versus a higher end car? Because this is a really nice RS.
Yeah. It's kind of
Is it by speed?
no, it's not high speed. That'd be a good gauge. But this is like a $50,000 car, give or take. But when we have a brand new 24 C8,
Okay.
2LT, like that's going to stay inside versus this.
1,000%.
Yeah, we don't have enough space for it, so it's just kind of a per car basis. And some cars will be inside sometimes, and some cars will be outside sometimes. So it just depends.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so this car just came back, and it came back with whatever this is, high grade weed. Came
pretty
back
high
with
grade.
some rolling blunts and then a lighter. So whoever was renting this is obviously means business.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's terrible, man. I can't believe that they would do that.
I mean, we pretty rarely get like actual stuff like this. Typically, it's like little bits of ash and
Yeah.
stuff in the car. But to leave this, I mean, I probably
Is
see,
that
like,
legal in the
3 of
state or
these.
no?
It is.
Oh,
is
it is.
legal in the
Okay,
state.
gotcha.
So it's fine. I mean, if it's just packed up like this, we don't really have a problem. But if there's like ash in the car, or like obvious signs of smoking,
Yeah.
then we won't be excited. And if we smell it, then we'll use this as signs of smoking. Typically.
Okay, gotcha. And that's an instant approval on Turo. Bang.
Yeah, it's it should be.
So, it should be for
yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think it'd be an instant approval.
All right. So where does Max King of Rentals thrown at? Where is that
Yeah.
at?
So this is my office space. I share it with my brother back over here, where all the magic happens.
Oh yeah.
And we're actually going to degrade our office and get a smaller one and make this kind of a content room.
Okay.
You have my office.
Is this your fancy chair?
This is my fancy chair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I feel that. That's
Oh my
a nice
god.
chair.
Yeah, that's nice. Ooh, I
I
have a
feel
chair.
that.
I have a
Does it feel like
chair.
royalty?
Yeah, actually, I feel like I'm the king of rentals. Actually.
Probably too much space. I mean, a lot of dead space.
Books,
in here.
knowledge?
Yeah, all my books are in here.
Love that.
I ran out of space in my house, so this is my excess.
And I
pile.
like that you have some spare wheels in here, just in the end.
Oh, check these out. Yeah, these are all wheels that got like destroyed on rentals. This is the Hellcat. We had a 22 Hellcat wheel that got cracked, and it's sitting right here. And this is our Maserati wheel. So I just kind of keep them for funsies. We try to get them repaired, but they wouldn't do it.
You need to make those into clocks. Take the center cap out, get a generic clock, and then mount it up on the wall.
That would be.
That'd be
sick.
super cool.
I'm
Gloss
just
on
hanging
it.
up in my house.
That's what I'm
See if my
saying.
wife notices.
Yeah, I had an Audi wheel in my garage for like I don't know a year, and Aubrey's like, "We're throwing this away." I'm like, "No, I'll make it a clock eventually."
Look, all people, business owners, like whiteboards.
Yeah, tons of whiteboards.
Whiteboard queen.
Business.
I love whiteboards. I love my whiteboards. All right, so this is our lockbox deal we have right here. Distinction is Justin's cars and our cars. So he has a second level
Oh.
with all the spares. Ours are, we have doubles of some cars, we don't of others, even though we should make a practice to have doubles. I recommend it to a lot of people. Our doubles are typically in the back. See, there's a limited amount.
Okay.
For Teslas, we'll actually put the keys in the glove box and then we'll lock it with a pin so they can't access it. And that's like an emergency type of thing.
Yeah.
And then we won't keep spares past that just because we
Okay.
have like access on our phones and stuff, so there's no real need to. And then the front's pretty much all the cars that are available, even though these aren't all available, and actually a lot of those are secondary keys.
I love key organization.
Yeah. And then this is kind of our storage unit for whatever.
Oh my
mainly
gosh.
for car seats, booster seats, and strollers. I remember when I found out about the extras, I bought every extra on the list. Come to realize that people only book car seats.
Oh
And, like,
really?
practically
Oh
nothing
no.
else. Yeah.
So what else were you buying?
I went through the list and bought everything on the list.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
was like $1,500 purchase.
Well, at least you have extra.
Yeah.
So extras
yeah.
of the extras.
Yeah, I got everything. I got pretty much everything.
All All right, Max. So you do a lot of airport stuff. What are we doing right now?
So we're gonna head to the airport. We have 5 cars we need to pick up from the airport at their designated parking lot.
Okay.
So we're gonna go get those. We're gonna drive back. They're all Teslas.
Yeah.
So we'll be able to track them on our app to find them.
Nice.
And then we'll bring them right back here to get cleaned up.
Super.
All right, so we're dropping off this Mach-E right here, then we're gonna go pick up a couple cars. First one's right here, actually. We're gonna use our standard fleet, which is our app that we can lock, unlock, and start the car. So we're gonna unlock it right now. You can see it's unlocking, and I already pre-started it to cool it.
Oh,
So we're gonna get in this, and then we're gonna drive around the lot and find the other 4 cars that are here.
luxury.